All right, so we have heard this story, all nice, yeah, yeah, yeah. And so, what's the plan? You're like, okay, that sounds all right. If you think that whatever I was telling you up until this point, you felt like, okay, this makes sense. What's next? Like, what's the plan? Honey, I gotcha. I got you. I have a plan. Is it directly mine? I don't know. It comes from my unique genius. It comes from whatever source helps me to guide my reality towards a greater and better reality. So it's my strand of connection with God directly. That's what I believe. And yeah, I have a plan. So let's do it. First of all, again, love, intellect, will. What do we need? It's a numbers game. As I already mentioned, I can't do it. I can't do it at all. It took me years to get over these ego issues of how can I do it alone? Because I could not see people talking about these things. Um, there are a lot of stuff happening, yet I hadn't seen a real plan. Like, what shall we do? There's still this kind of fighting paradigm. And I was in the fighting paradigm as well, obviously. And so it's a numbers game. If you think that this is something legit, if you feel like this chick has something going on and we shall put our heads together and probably actually do something about it, then let's do it. Share this information. Let's discuss these topics. Let's go deeper, right? Once we are millions, we can create our own country, or I don't know. The possibilities are endless. Or the earth will split in two. Why and how? You may find answer to this question once we go through this presentation. I'm not going to talk about the split because I don't know if it's going to be like that. Uh, i- is everybody going to want to do it? I don't know. I don't think so. So, somewhere in the middle. So, in the land of intellect, I believe we have to build and use Internet 4.0 and ditch any resource of control. And this Internet 4.0 would be the vehicle to New Earth, would be the thing, the bridge that. So there's this current situation, and there's New Earth. And for naked eye, they seem like two different realities, right? They're too far away. But it's not true. We actually do have all these things necessary, but we have to bridge, we have to kind of mind the gap in a very conscious way. And it had never been possible, and now we have the technology, and now we have people who are actually very good at creating this internet 4.0. Maybe because the parts of it are already there. I could even say like this. Parts of it are already there. Um, and so, how can we just make it one coherent, awesome internet? It's not a new web page. Let me tell you this. It's a whole new stream of internet. Okay. And I'm going to talk about what should be there. And obviously, the will, and that's kind of my mission that I would love to do. Well, I'm a projector. I'm not gonna do it. It's crazy because as a human being here on earth, obviously I'm in this, I have to do it, or I want to do it, let's say. And as I already mentioned, it took me years to step out of this ego that I'm gonna do it. I am not going to do it. Yet I will inspire this change to happen, and I am a philosophical leader because I'm the love aspect of like this. Yeah, the Not only love, also the intellect, but and the will, but mainly it's more the philosophy on which we can build the new earth, and not the actual hands-on building brick by brick. Okay, I really truly thought that I should build it, and then yeah, I went through journeys, I went through initiations where they told me, yeah, honey, but you won't do it. But you have to tell the story. So that's where I'm at. And so come together every new moon for a hackathon. What is a hackathon? I will tell you more about it in this presentation, but it's just amazing, cool thing, which means we come together every new moon and collaborate to build this internet 4.0, to build these platforms that needs to take place, to build new products, to build new solutions, to build new teams, new ideas, and stuff like that. And so that everyone can contribute. Everyone, doesn't matter who you are, where you are, you can contribute from that point of consciousness, that point of understanding, that point of talent, mastery, where you're at the moment. Okay? So, da da da, let's do it. Disclaimer. You will see a lot of information. Some will sound familiar, some will sound too out there. Maybe something won't make any sense. Please note which part of this presentation echoes in your soul. We can only do it together by taking responsibility each for our part and trusting that other people will find their path in another place and we can weave our soul threads together. I will touch each subject only briefly, as there is so much to talk about in each section. When you watch it the first time, don't take notes. Just feel it, take it all in, and observe triggers. This is important because to trigger people is my talent. I can trigger the hell out of you. Yeah, okay, again, same topic. Um, Please invite these triggers, be mindful about them, write them down, and let's see. Okay, honey bunny, let's roll. So, first of all, this is a huge topic, and I am sure that there will be souls that have gone down this rabbit hole. And this is an amazing rabbit hole, and we need all of you to step up for everybody else. Okay, addressing external public debt as a priority. We, like as the countries, right, we are in debt to one another, and basically the humanity is in debt to, I don't know, aliens or something, trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars and euros and whatever currency. And it's crazy to think about. It does not make sense in logical terms, but it actually does once you dig deeper. Debt is debit and not credit. I will just read it out. Please, like this is zip for this information, but hear me out. At the outset, leverage external debt to guide the state of enter your country and its citizens toward a shared understanding and harmony regarding their circumstances, fostering a resolution of their mutual obligations. So debt is obligations, but these obligations are for us to have, which means even if we take one banknote of, I don't know, $10, €10, this is a promissory note. It is a debt in general. It's debt. It's like I promise to pay you back. So once we understand how that works, the banking system is brilliant. It's made for us. We are just kept in mental slavery so that we don't know that. Nobody wants us to know that. Okay, and there are people who have these trust funds. You have heard of trust funds. This is what it is. It's when you have okay, I'm not gonna go there. If you know what I'm talking about, let's count together and see how we can make this happen for the whole civilization, because we need to piece together these pieces of puzzle. And once a person enters this new internet, let's say, they can actually move through this process to reclaim this debt as their debit, as something they have, not something they don't have, in easy terms. Okay? And this is amazing. To have a debt, it's cool. Like those who have big businesses, they know they're happy to have debt. Let's move on. Those who know, they know. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's cool as well. It's not an easy topic, but I have gone through this for a while, and I understand that it can be possible if majority of the people do it. Then it's easy like that, because it has to work together with this next slide. We have to understand that there are two types of laws, for humans and for persons, and those are two different things, completely different things. So what I'm going to talk about here is another rabbit hole connected to this universal jurisdiction and the straw man conspiracies. And they're not conspiracies, actually. It's just very, very true things. The question: do you know what is your first document in your life? I didn't. I thought it's my birth certificate, and it's not true. And why for me this was important? Because I go into women empowerment, into womb reclamation, womb power reclamation, and divine feminine rising, the goddess, la la la. This is my path, okay? This is very grounded way of reclaiming power of the womb. I thought that in our jurisdictional system, everything is passed on in father's lineage, surname, father, inheritance, everything goes down that line. And it's not true. What I found out is that um, in jurisdictional system, everything is passed down the mother line. So mother goes to a hospital and gives birth to a baby. The government sees there's a new source of taxes. And the mother, not knowing what she's doing, signs a paper that basically means that she gives A, new vehicle information statement, B, manufacturer's certificate of origin. And that is the most important document for human being. And it's called the registration of birth document. You have the same for cars and shit. And so the one who holds this document is holding the ownership. The problem is, no one will give you this document. This is what our system is built upon. Okay? So I tried to get this document. I went on a journey. For a year, I studied these things. And I got to a one point, quite far, not till the end of the process. Yet I understood that it's all cool. It's amazing. This rabbit hole is amazing. But it works best if we are many. If there are only a dozen of people in the country who do it. Yeah, but it's kind of the feeling of I keep fighting. I keep fighting for my rights. I mean, I can it is an expansion in consciousness, definitely. Definitely. It's a spiritual work. But it's still fighting. And I got tired. I got bored of the fighting scene. And so I got the copy of the document. They didn't want to give me even that, but they have to kind of. They gave me the copy. I went through the process where my mother wrote a testament and will that she gives this property that is my, social number, my persona in jurisdictional paperwork reality, my persona that's there, um, that you can, and that's why government can fine you, can take your babies because they don't belong to you. This is the reason why it's happening like it's happening. And so if you have no idea what I'm talking about, You can check out topics like reclaim your securities, because yeah, we're all, if we haven't reclaimed our securities in jurisdictional terms, we are all minors, we're all children, so we are not mature, basically. You can read the Code of Federal Regulations 363.6. Please do it and contemplate on what are you reading there. And also Universal Commercial Code, or UCC, Universal Commercial Code 8-102. If you read these two documents plus Google what reclaim your securities mean, you will start to dive into this rabbit hole of strawman persona and what a human being is. It is amazing. It is part of reclaiming womb power. It's super important to understand that this is a part of divine feminine rising as well, and divine masculine has to step up to basically protect bodies. Let's say it's just body, it's body who is, each body is producing energy. Energy is value, so therefore that's money, that's currency. This is what our money system is built on. Let's not go there, because as I said, I mentioned, I studied a year these things, went through and studied this law. um there is no point of asking lawyers about it, because they are so much in the box. If you're a lawyer watching this, there has to be conscious work done in order to basically break the law that's in your mind, so that you can grow into being a king or a queen in the face of law. Because kings and queens are as king. I like the word of the play of words. Asking as king. Ask questions, and you will find funny answers. Okay. So, once the shift happens, well, like this far, once we understand that we are not a debtor, but a creditor to this huge system, once we have done some legal work and learn, well, it takes time, it takes some effort to get there, but if we do it all together, it's fun and it's super empowering, and you actually become the beneficiary of your life. This is another topic, but right now, beneficiary of your life is the government, because they earn from your labor, from your energy. The grantor of this are your parents, and you're the trustee, a minor. The shift happens, and soon it will be like this: the beneficiary of your life is you, and the trustee is the government. They will take the paperwork and they will take the responsibility for shit that happens. Yeah, the grantor is a trust there. That's a huge topic. If you know what I'm talking about right now, please be very mindful about the next chapter of the presentation and the very end of this presentation, because there I will speak about more conscious level, soul level stuff, let's say, that you could do so that you could come together with people who are also doing this and do it for the benefit of all. Because it's not my demeanor, it's not my main topic, okay? I have gone deep, and this is amazing topic, and yet I have gone in the depth of, yeah, let's say everyone will go as deep as I did, should at least, but there will have to be people who go even deeper and make this process easier for everybody else. Okay. So, blockchain, you just gotta love it. You gotta love it. I saw blockchain in meditation uh, long before I knew what it is. So I saw this system, like I was shown this system, how this new internet will work. And basically, then I was trying to explain it to my friends. And when my girlfriend was like, but you know what? It sounds really like blockchain. And I was like, blockchain, what is that? So I YouTubed it. And turns out, yeah, baby, this technology is there. Um, and I'm sure that Bitcoin was given to humanity for a reason. All this mysterious past, the origin story of Bitcoin and everything. It is cool. It is amazing. It is some. It's like human design. It was given to humanity so that we could go to the next level. I truly believe that, and still, I believe that this is like a preview. Um, I have seen that ultimately each individual will have their own currency. They have their own coin, and they all flow together in a sea of currencies, in the sea of wealth. So it's hard to explain in short, but just imagine if you have your own coin since birth, and all your talents, all your endeavors, all your interactions in life are proportional, and you can, yeah, it gives you ability to work what you actually want to do. So it gives you an opportunity to do your soul's work regardless of whether or not it's monetary, beneficial. Oh, what's going on? Monetary, logical in this economy. Okay. And in this internet 4.0, obviously we would have separate accounting to interact with fiat money. Definitely, that's something that's going to happen. It's no question about it. But once we reclaim our securities and create, let's say, new passports or whatever document or whatever, I don't know, kind of wallet chain thing we will, think of. um, the individual part of debt, public debt, becomes your deposit as well as your contribution at the beginning, and then everything changes as we go into this completely new understanding of how economics and relationships work in general. And I saw this lady online, Timnit Gebru. I haven't seen, like, I haven't met her. Obviously, I would love to meet her. I would love to get on board people like her and others. And she's a prominent computer scientist and a researcher known for her work in artificial intelligence ethics, logarithmic bias, and the social impact of artificial intelligence. Yay! Amazing. So, ladies like that, where are my chicas who are actually like really doing amazing work in this civilization? Let's come together and let's figure out how to make this blockchain based internal currency possible. Okay, so hackathon. I already mentioned that that's something that I would love to do. And what a hackathon is, it's an event in which a large number of people meet to engage in collaborative computer programming. This is the Wikipedia, Google thing. But it's not only about computer programming. It is coming together. It is online, but it can be about any topic that you're passionate about. There are people that are passionate about the same things as you are in this world, in this reality. And so if you're trying to create the most resourceful, the I don't know, ecological, best resourceful way how to make clay cups based on something, there are people who may have figured it out, or there are people who also want to figure it out. So it is a possibility to come together online for one weekend, let's say in new moon, or even a day, um, and work together, create teams, share knowledge, come together for projects, come together to research, to develop something. It's not only about programming. When there was COVID, I participated in the Global Hack Project. here is my Libreco advisor. It's my other YouTube account, which was like 4 or 5 years ago. Was when I tried to do these things, and I never like continued. So I'm gonna get better now. But there is still this presentation of what I had done then back then, and yeah, if you're interested, you can go check it out. What did I speak about these topics 4 years ago? And obviously, my knowledge, my information has, let's say, grown since then. But still, it's interesting. So if you're interested, I mean, you can go and check it out. So hackathon means that people come together and work together and contribute and stop competing and just work on amazing ideas. I'm just putting computer to charge. Okay, so decentralization, the big topic. So we have centralized governmental system, centralized media system, centralized banking system, etc., etc. Everything's kind of ruled by a couple of people in like the world, really, or at least some points in the world. Anyway, you know what I mean. So decentralization is this approach of, again, divine feminine rising. That's what it is. um, from bottom up, from the earth, from our soul level, we go up and not take commands from top down. So it kind of changes the reality, but we do meet in the middle as divine masculine, divine feminine are cleaning up, and um, yeah, we're bringing sacred into their union. What it means: money is our talents. So what I said, if I have my own coin and I contribute in different projects throughout my life. I do this, I do that, I do 2 days here, 3 days this, like 10 years this, 10 years this. In each project, in each contribution, I share my talents. Therefore, I transactionally interact with other people, with my teammates, and with others in various levels. It's like, I'm telling you this because it's like completely different view on how economy works. Completely, you have not seen this. There are communities on earth who are trying to implement ideas, like parts of these ideas, but all together it's nowhere like this yet. Talents actually are the oldest money. The oldest money was called talent. um And so, what changes? The fundamental value is earth, not gold. It means, that's why I mentioned the identity of the guardians of the earth, because the most valuable people are not going to be the bankers, but the farmers, the ones who are going to feed us. Because the very, very basic thing is that the earth is here for us. The earth gives its fruit to us. You know, it doesn't matter if the fruit is banana or the fruit is hemp or linen or clay or iron. I don't know. So those people who are going to tend the earth and take care of the earth are going to be the most fundamentally important people. And then the others are basically in service to these people. Like right now, we are in service to governments, to banks, etc. It's gonna, the tables will turn. I am not a gardener. I'm not going to be the most important people on the earth. But I really truly believe that this turnover can happen once we actually start with who are hands on healing the earth, and then the rest are in service to those, and then we move on. If you know what Klaus Schwab is, yay, I'm kind of his mirror type of thing. Um, World Economic Forum at this moment have a slogan, You will own nothing and you will be happy. Well, I say the total opposite. I say you will own everything and you will be happy. You can argue whether or not it's the same thing. One could say that, nothing and everything is the same thing. Not really, honey. I'm introducing shareholder economy. There are things like that happening on Earth. It's going to shift, it's going to break your ego big time. Yet, I believe that's the only way how can we distribute wealth and abundance, and still there will be, let's say, poorer people and richer people. It's still going to happen like this, but there won't be possible that there's homeless people and billionaires living in the same street. It's not possible. Or in the same earth, right? Um, and of course, circular economy. Everyone's talking, like everyone, I mean, but like people are talking about it. What it means, like in simple terms, circular economy means that when you draw a blueprint for something you want to create, I want to create this cup, or in a building, or a phone, or a car, or chair, whatever. I have to take into consideration the whole life circle of this thing, which means I have to know where do these parts come from when I put it together, how long is it going to live, and where it's gonna go after death, and how it's gonna change, either in recycling, or it's gonna just dissolve in the earth. Okay, so circular economy means that we are stopping being reckless with our production, because that's exactly what is happening. Okay, you watch the Netflix movie on waste, and it's a brilliant movie. um and yeah, let's come together to, because right now it's not easy to do it. Like, in our everyday lives, it's not easy to do it, and I want to make it easy, and I want to make it accessible even for those who does not know what the hell are they doing. All right. And so proportional wealth means that there are no fixed prices, there are proportionate exchange of value. It's really weird to explain again it in a couple of sentences, but just try to imagine how it is that, for example, to work with someone, like to work with me, for example, as a coach one on one, it does not cost this or that fixed amount of money. It costs 10% of your monthly income the month we work together. Are you ready for it? Yes, no? Let's do it or no. It means that you will pay. There are a lot of minor details that change, like it differs whether or not you're buying, I don't know, a candy or a car. Okay, but it's all proportionate, and all the things are built in circular economy to last. We el- if money is not the main aim, if sole purpose, slow living, amazing shit is the main purpose, then we just make stuff to last. It's stupid to buy a phone every 2 years, but they are made so that in 2 or maybe 3 years they break down so that you would buy a new one. And there is way too many phones in piles of garbage where we don't know what to do with it. So, the thing. It's not only about phones. I was just using it as an example, but let's stop producing things that don't last. Okay. So, this Internet 4.0, haha, basically, for each being, this new platform is all in one. There is no need to spend more time than necessary online. We all know that where your attention goes, your energy flows. That's like the basics, okay? And so we already see that there is war on consciousness and there's war for your attention. It's nothing new. It's just that this new Internet 4.0 is gonna be built so that you can find everything there in one place. And at the same time, there's not really a way to lose yourself in degrading what I want to say is that there are ways how can we see the problems that are there, address them, and courageously make better choices. That's all I'm going to say about this topic. About privacy issues. Right now, people are hyped up on privacy, but I don't know, Zuckerberg knows everything about you. Well, not him personally, obviously, but like these companies, they know you more than your mother. And the antidote for this privacy issues is in blockchain, everything is transparent. And it also means that we are taking responsibility of what we're doing. And if I'm not willing for all the world to see it, what I'm doing, like what kind of choices am I making? Obviously, your private life, what you're living outside of the internet, like you don't have to share it. But whatever transactions you have, whatever work you're doing, whatever projects you're building, whatever ideas you're having, it should be public knowledge because then we can be more responsible of our choices and we can hold each other accountable. Like this is some grown-up shit, honey. Right? Um yeah, it's exciting. It's like so far for your comfort zone, but it's exciting, I think. Okay, so now about this um profile.